more comfortable using English in conversations. I know that you feel a little bit discouraged at times because you're studying alone. I know you feel like maybe someone else has a better situation or more opportunities because they might be surrounded by English learners. But you have to remember, it's not impossible for you. Even though you're studying alone, it's not impossible for you to boost and improve your English rapidly. Remember, when you read aloud, it will actually increase your confidence. It's amazing how even studying alone can help you improve your English. So tip number one, read aloud. Tip number two, listen to English media. Listen to English media. Listen, engage with English podcasts, music, and videos. Now, if you have a cell phone, you need to start using it on a regular basis to listen to podcasts, to listen to music, to watch videos, maybe even my videos. Again, you need to start inundating yourself with English media, filling your mind with English media, constantly adding more and more. Remember, we're talking about, even though you're studying alone, being able to boost your English rapidly. 3 reasons why this tip is so important. Reason number 1, enhances your listening skills and your comprehension. You see, exposure to different accents and speech speeds improves your ability to understand spoken English in various contexts. You understand my pronunciation. You understand my intonation. You can follow my pace and my speed. You're used to my voice. But the more you listen to podcasts and watch other videos, the more your ear will be able to pick up on different accents, different pronunciation, and different intonations. This is going to affect your ability to speak English fluently. The second reason is it will expose you to various accents and colloquial expressions. Understanding regional accents and slang terms is crucial, is imperative, is super important for effective communication, and it helps you sound more natural. Here's the deal. I live on the East Coast, not too far from Washington, D.C. So where I'm from, we sound a certain way. But if you go to the deep South, maybe if you go to Alabama, or even if you go to the West Coast, to California, you will hear different accents. And your ear needs to get used to these accents. Remember, we're talking about boosting your English rapidly. If you want your listening skills to improve rapidly, you need to listen to many different accents. Each of the individuals you're listening to can be American, they can be British if you're looking for British English. But listening to these different accents will enhance your listening skills, which will automatically affect your speaking skills. Reason number 3, provides a context for real-world language use. You see, media often depicts real-life scenarios, helping you learn practical language use. Man, and this happened to me when I was studying Korean. You know that I speak Korean. I lived in Korea for about 10 years. And I remember as I was on my journey learning the language, I would constantly watch different programs, everyone speaking Korean. I would listen to different music, different podcasts. Why? I wanted to get used to the accents. Provides a context for real-world language use. You see, media often depicts real-life scenarios, helping you learn practical language use. Man, and this happened to me when I was studying Korean. You know that I speak Korean. I lived in Korea for about 10 years. And I remember as I was on my journey learning the language, I would constantly watch different programs, everyone speaking Korean. I would listen to different music, different podcasts. Why? I wanted to get used to the accents. I wanted to get used to the words, the terms, the expressions, the slang that were being used in real life. And this helped me when I went to speak with my friends. This is why it's so important for you to follow tip number 2. Listen to English media. You got it? Excellent. All right. Tip number 3. Write daily. I'm going to say this again. Write daily. It's important for you to keep a daily journal or even blog in English. Now, again, if you're watching this video on YouTube, you can see behind me there are tons and tons of notebooks. Why? I am in the habit of jotting down notes on a regular basis, right? When ideas come to mind, even right in front of me, I'll show you. This is where I take my notes, right? For the day. And this is something that I have done for years, since I was a child. This is an effective way of improving, enhancing your language skills. Let me give you 3 specific reasons why this tip is so important. Reason number 1, it improves your writing skills and your vocabulary. You see, writing regularly helps you practice sentence structure and new vocabulary. If you watched my lesson last week, I spoke about 7 English phrases you need to truly boost your English, enhance your English conversation skills, right? So when you watch my lessons, I'm sure you enjoy them, right? Go ahead, nod your head, yes, okay. You enjoy the lessons. But after you finish the lessons, you might watch several other videos, right? Several other lessons, and that's perfect. But then you also need to start writing down in your journal. What did you like the most? What was your favorite phrase? What was your favorite word? What was your favorite tip? This is important for you to write on a regular basis. Secondly, it helps organize your thoughts in English. You see, thinking in English while writing helps in fluency and makes it easier to express ideas clearly. Listen, when you have your notebook, when you take it out and you start writing things down, in order to write something down, you must first think. So you're starting to train yourself to think in English and then write down your thoughts. What's going to happen? Now when you go to conversations, you've been practicing thinking in English so much, it's going to be so easy for you to speak English. You got it? Excellent. All right. Here's the 3rd reason. Provides a record of progress and shows you areas needing improvement. Reviewing past entries allows you to track your improvement and identify persistent mistakes. Again, I'm going to take out this notebook. Now, this is one of my newer notebooks, right? But in this notebook, I've started to take notes. And what's going to happen? When I come back years from now and I look at this notebook, I'll say, I remember writing that down. I remember what I was thinking when I wrote that. I remember ... The same is true for you. When you go back and review your notes, review your daily journals, you'll see, man, I've improved so much. And this reminder will give you confidence as you move forward to the next level. A record of progress and shows you where you need to improve. Tip number 3, write daily. Tip number 4, use flashcards. You heard me right. Use flashcards. You see, create flashcards for new vocabulary and phrases. Why is this so important? When you're studying alone, but you want to boost your English and improve rapidly. You see, when you use flashcards, it will aid in memorization through repetition. Regular review of flashcards reinforces your memory and aids long-term retention. You might be sitting at work. You might be working with your kids. You might be out and about, and you have your flashcards with you. You whip a few of them out when you're waiting in line at the grocery store. Okay, retention, it means to keep information in. Next word. You have the opportunity to remind yourself of what you have learned and be able to retain it even more. Reason number 2. Can be used for quick review sessions. I actually just showed you an example, right? If you're watching the video, but I explained when you're at the grocery store. Flashcards are portable and convenient, allowing for study during spare moments. And finally, helps in categorizing and, you got it? Excellent. Tip number 4, use flashcards. Tip number 5.
Usar a tecnologia junto com a sabedoria. Banco do Brasil, a gente se importa.
Practice speaking. Again, practice speaking. You need to talk to yourself or use language apps to practice speaking. Something happens when you practice actually speaking. Even when you are alone, it's important for you to practice speaking. Now, I'm going to give you the 3 reasons why this is so important, but I do want to remind you, remember, you can use my app, English with Tiffany. You can download the app, the link is in the description, and you can get it by going to the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. Now, each week, when you download the app, each week, the lessons that I'm teaching you, you can find a corresponding lesson in the app that will help you review what you've been learning. This is why it's so important for you, once again, with this tip. Practice speaking using an app, or if you're with someone else. Now let's check out the reasons why this is so important. Reason number 1, this builds speaking fluency and confidence. You see, regular practice helps you speak more smoothly and naturally. Smoothly and naturally. Number 2, it reinforces language structures and vocabulary. You see, speaking uses different parts of the brain compared to reading or writing. Deepening your understanding of the language, you have to remember how amazing your brain is. Our previous tip was all about writing on a daily basis. Now we're talking about speaking on a regular, preferably daily basis. Here's the 3rd reason. It mimics real life conversations. You see, practicing common phrases and responses prepares you for real interactions. Don't let studying alone stop you or hinder you from improving your English. You can do it. It will prepare you for the real life interactions that will come. You got it? Excellent. Tip number 5, practice speaking. Now, tip number 6. Record yourself. Record yourself. Listen, record and listen to your speaking practice. Now, you can do this by recording a video of yourself, or you can record an audio clip. This has done so much to help my students. So I have students in my programs in the Speak English Like a Native program, and also my daily English lessons membership program. You can find all of them at the Speak English with Tiffany Academy, link in the description. But I encourage each of my students to record themselves on a regular basis. And the students that do it on a regular basis, even if they are alone in their country, no one else around them is able to speak English, when they record themselves or when they record an audio clip, I have watched them improve so quickly. Why is this the case? Here are the reasons why this tip is so important. Reason number 1, it helps you identify pronunciation and grammatical errors. You see,
Usar a tecnologia junto com a sabedoria. Banco do Brasil, a gente se importa.
one of the biggest challenges for English learners is knowing how to improve when they're studying alone. Maybe you are studying alone and you get frustrated. You want to improve quickly, but you just don't know how. Well, in today's English lesson, I am going to teach you how to study alone and still improve.